All right, I believe we're live. Let me just double check. I think we're live. I think we're good to go. I think we're ready for some baseball. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Play by Play with Dr. DeLay. I, of course, am Dr. DeLay, and we've got a great one for you for this Sunday as the Milwaukee Brewers and the Toronto Blue Jays will wrap up their series in Toronto. Of course, the Brewers, believe it or not, they've won the first two. You know, many people thought, hey, it's going to be a back-and-forth game, or back-and-forth series, pardon me. Of course, being in Toronto, like, well, Toronto might be taking the two games. No, the Brewers, again, continuing to show that they may just be the best team in baseball as they've taken the first two. The Blue Jays, of course, looking to maybe just take the last one here. Again, the Brewers, 85-52 record. They are just dominating Major League Baseball. The Blue Jays, not too shabby themselves, 78-58. Again, the Blue Jays losing two in a row. The Yankees have been on a hot streak, so only 2 games now above the Yankees in the AL East. Meanwhile, the Brewers, again, they've been pretty much just cruising and bruising. Nice, comfortable lead in the NL Central. 6.5 games there. So we don't really need to look at the wild card, though. You know, there you go. Yankees, Red Sox, Mariners. And then, of course, Cubs, Padres, and the Mets. As the NL seems to be, it might be over for the Reds. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see them tomorrow, actually. More on that later. Starting lineups for the Brewers. Going to be Turang, Chourio, Yelich, Contreras, Frelick, Vaughn, Collins, Durbin, and Monasterio. Starting pitcher is going to be Brandon Woodruff. He is 5-1 with a 3.10 ERA, .87 WHIP. He's been dominant. Again, he missed all of 2024. I believe this is my first time seeing him in a good bit. So, wow. Definitely looking forward to seeing him pitch today, as he's been pretty good. Didn't lose a step. For the Blue Jays, their starting lineup is going to be Springer, Barger, Guerrero, Bichette, Lukes, Clement, Jimenez, Heineman, Straw, and Scherzer. Max Scherzer, you probably have heard of him. He is entering today with a 5-2 record, 1.06 WHIP, ERA of a 3.82. Last 7 starts, though, looking very, very sharp. 4-2 record, 3.35 ERA, WHIP of a .95. That is your starting pitcher for the Blue Jays. Again, hopefully it's a good one. Appreciate you guys again for tuning on in. Make sure, of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. As I see some votes already in. 3 votes in the Brewers. Having those 3 votes. Again, they've been very dominant. They rarely lose when I cover them. Of course, I don't really cover them too much, but of course, as we get closer to the postseason, we'll probably be seeing them a little bit more. And of course, in the postseason, definitely going to be seeing them because, again, they are pretty much a shoo-in at this point. You can already mark their spot in the NLDS, where, again, we'll see how that goes. That'll be, again, very exciting. Hopefully, I can do a decent job today as, again, we already went over Scherzer's stats. We're still in commercial break, so we're about, a few minutes away from first pitch, but I can tell you that Bryce Turang will be at the plate for the Brewers whenever we do decide to go back to coverage in the Rogers Center. He's batting .285, OPS of 780, 15 homers and 67 RBIs on the year. For the series, he's 2 for 8 with a walk. So not too bad. Not too bad. That's, .333 on base percentage for the series. Has struck out 5 times. Let's see here. Last 30 games. Oh, wow. He's really turned it up at the plate. That's amazing. 999 OPS. Oh, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Again, bear with me. May have jumped the gun on some of the on me starting a little bit earlier. So, as they are returning to coverage in Toronto, as we're going to get this 3-game series underway shortly. Appreciate you guys, though. Again, feel free to chat in the comments or comment in the chat, whatever you'd like to talk about. I try to read as many comments as possible. Again, the starting lineup is Turang, Chourio, Yelich, Contreras, Frelick, Vaughn, Collins, Durbin, and Monasterio. I was actually told that that apparently the Blue Jays have claimed Isaiah Kiner-Falefa from the Pirates So that's kind of a bummer. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Again, Pirates placing him on outright waivers. So that's kind of sad. I did get to call his last game, though, as here is the pitch. That is low for ball one. You do a great job. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. 1-1 count to Bryce Turang. As Scherzer kicks and deals. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove. So a 1-2 count, 93 on the fastball. That was on the inside corner. 1-2 to Turang. Scherzer, wind up and the pitch. That is inside for ball 2, 87 mile per hour breaking ball. Again, he was here last year. Yep, IKF. He's going to be in Toronto. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left center. Nice ride, but just shy of the warning track as he makes the catch for out number one. One away for the Brew Crew, and that'll bring up Jackson Chourio. Haven't checked the schedule. The Pirates do play. They're playing the Red Sox, I believe, right now. I just elected to do this game. Hadn't done the Brewers in a while. And, of course, the Blue Jays as well. So we're definitely coming back here. Of course, I'll be doing every game, Pittsburgh, of the Pirates-Dodgers series. So that is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They're off tomorrow. As here is the pitch to Chourio. That is inside for ball one. Chourio batting .278, OPS of .794, 18 homers, and 68 RBIs. For the series, he is 2 for 4 with the home run. Scherzer, wind up and the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Last 7 games. Oh my gosh. OPS of 1282. Oh man, the Brewers are something else. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. So I'm trying to open some water here. First game back again yesterday, hitting the home run 2 for 4. What a return. 1-2 count to Chourio as I'm having technical difficulties over here. That's always great. Scherzer kicks and deals. Grounder to short. Bichette throws to first. He is safe. Chourio able to beat it out. It was kind of a slow dribbler there, and Chourio showing the speed as the Rogers Center kind of booing. All right, 1 out and 1 man on. That'll bring up Christian Yelich. He's batting .270, OPS of .821, 27 homers and 92 RBIs for the series. He's 2 for 7 with a homer and 2 walks. OPS of his last 7 games, it's over 1,069. The Brewers just have been on fires. That's in there for a called strike. 92 up in the zone. 0-1 to Yelich. Scherzer sets. Looks over at first. Looks over again. Kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. Keith says, let's go Brewers. 1 man on here for the Brew Crew. Again, 1 out. Yelich at the plate, 1-1 count. Scherzer sets. Looks over at first. Pickoff attempt, but Chourio is back safe and sound. One and 1 to Yelich as Chourio takes his lead. Scherzer sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 2. So 2-1 to Yelich. Again, Chourio able to beat out the slow dribbler. And that is how he's on. Scherzer sets, kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 3. As some Blue Jays fans in the background are like, where did that miss? Well, it was a few inches above the zone. Not a few feet for sure, but you know what I meant. 3-1. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Three and two. As the Rogers Center starts cheering on Scherzer, he delivers. Chopper to second. Throws to first for out number 2. Schurio able to get to second. All right, 2 away for the Brewers with the runner on second. That'll bring up William Contreras. Contreras is batting .258, OPS of .759, 16 homers and 66 RBIs. Has IKF had a decent season? I would say decent, yeah. Only 1 homer. Batting average was in the 260s, I think. You know, not the greatest bat as he hits this to left. And this one was given a charge. That one is out of here. William Contreras sending this to deep left for his 17th home run of the season as the Brewers take a 2-0 lead here in Toronto. Just like that. Again, the Brewers, we're looking over at these stats that these guys have had, and they've just been on fire as of late, looking like they're going to continue that today, at least for the moment. Just a hanging, breaking ball, and Contreras said, thank you. Let me go and send this 400 feet. As that'll bring up Sal Frelick, spending .295, OPS of .769, 10 homers and 53 RBIs. He's 1 for 8 in the series as Frelick hits this to right, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. Brewers not done. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. He's batting .237, OPS of .686, 14 homers and 59 RBIs. For the series, he is 3 for 9 with 2 RBIs. Had a really good day Friday. Saturday was an 0-for. Scherzer kicks and deals, and he hits this to right, and that is a foul ball. Basketball Jones says, let's go Contreras. Thank you for stopping by as well. Appreciate you. Brewers already up 2-0. Runner on first. 2 outs. Here in the first inning, Scherzer sets, looks over at first, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike on the inside corner. 0-2. Vaughn has struggled, one of the few Brewers to struggle in recent memory. OPS just north of 400. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, but not before Contreras able to take the lead with a 2-run home run to left. The Brewers lead 2-0 over the Blue Jays. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Make sure, of course, to hit the like button. That like button really helps out small channels like mine. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of baseball. If you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe. As, of course, you might see the Pirates jersey. But, hey, you know what? I do bounce around as proof of today. Of course, it is mostly Pirates. But, of course, the postseason's just not too long, or, about a month from now. And I assure you the Pirates, barring a undefeated streak, will not be going to the playoffs. So definitely subscribe. I'll be doing plenty of playoff baseball. Butterfly, how's it going? Yeah, 9 likes. So let's get those likes up. Appreciate you guys again for even clicking on the live stream. You're a Pirates fan, but I'm a Pirates guy. Again, I call mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around. Again, I can show you the proof. There's that 3-game series with the Blue Jays, of course. Pirates had a few games with the Brewers, of course, as of, in recent memory. But, yeah, I bounce around. It is mostly Pirates and, of course, college football, other stuff like that. But again, I'm just a sports guy. I'm a Pittsburgh fan, of course, but I'm a sports guy. So if you're a sports fan, again, feel free to subscribe. It's a sports channel. Get Varland in there, says Ryan. Do it for the Blue Jays. Again, we'll go over the lineups again. Springer, Barger, Guerrero, Bichette, Lukes, Clement, Jimenez, Heineman, and Straw. And believe it or not, I don't know, Jake, if you're a Brewers or Blue Jays, I'm not too sure. But the Brewers fans have been very kind to this Pirates streamer. So, if there's like a game that, I'm not, if it's not a Pirates game, I'm more likely to cover a Brewers game now because of the support they've given me. If it's like I don't know really what to go and the Brewers are available, I'll go ahead and pick the Brewers as that's in there for a called strike. Not trying to scare the Blue Jays away. It's been mostly National League games this year. But again, I'll probably see you guys in the playoffs. 0-1 count to Springer as Woodruff kicks and deals. That's going to be hit foul. 0-2. Springer's batting .298, OPS of .921, 24 homers and 67 RBIs. For the series, he is 0 for 6 with a walk. Of course, he has been on fire as of late as well. OPS in the last 7 games north of 1,100, as that's going to be low for ball 1. Last 30 games, OPS north of 1,000. Oh, my goodness. We welcome all team fans. For the most part, yeah. I mean, again, I'm still warming up to the Cowboys. Here's the 1-2. Checked his swing. That is upstairs ball 2. Of course, Butterfly's a Cowboys fan, so. And good afternoon, Jason. Thank you for stopping on by. Top 6, Reds 5, Cardinals 3. There we go, Chris. Your Reds trying to stay in it. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Yeah, the Mets have been kind of on a roll lately, so the Reds, they need to get it together. That sweep against the Dodgers did not help things. Your channel came up on my recommended, so I said, oh, awesome. You're a Yankees fan. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really had much success with the Yankees. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Here's the 2-2. 2-2 is popped up. That is going to be a foul ball. A lot of Yankee streamers, so I get buried. Yeah. But, again, the playoffs, it's anyone's game. Doctor, how did the high school? Oh, it went great. We just lost. Our team lost, but it was fun. Here's the 2-2. That is, inside and hit plunked him. Checked his swing, trying to get out of the way. Springer's still hanging out. I don't know. Maybe he's saying, I don't know. Let's look at this again. It looked like, I thought it definitely plunked him. Oh, it did. Yeah, it definitely hit him in the shoulder. So Springer will advance on the hit by pitch. That'll bring up Addison Barger. It's batting .249, OPS of .766, 18 homers and 61 RBIs on the season. Again, he's at first. I do want to let you guys know that scoreboard down there has malfunctioned a lot when it comes to runners on first. But he is at first. Woodruff from the stretch. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Barger is 1 for 6 in the series with the walk. He has struggled as of late. OPS of .374 in the last 7 games. As that's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. And yes, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Again, subscribing is free, folks. If you're a sports fan, it's definitely encouraged. This is a sports channel. As Chris says, go Brewers. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, breaking ball in the dirt. He struck him out. Down goes Barger. That'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's batting .288, OPS of .863, 21 homers and 73 RBIs for the series. He is 0 for 7 with an RBI. So I'm assuming he had a sacrifice fly, or it worked out for him. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Last 7 games, it has not been pretty. He's 1 for 20. OPS of 137. 1-0 count. Woodruff delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Who's the starting pitcher? Yes, Woodruff. Keith very happy about the Brewers' 2-0 lead. And again, yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Again, Butterfly, thank you. But again, thank you all for even just clicking on this live stream. It really helps out the little channel. 1-1 counts. Woodruff looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 2. So 2-1. Two and one to Guerrero Jr. Runner on first, 1 out. Woodruff kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. Contreras faking the throw to first. 2-2. Woodruff sets. Looks over at first, kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to first. There's one. Oh, no, the throw's away. It's into left. And Springer's going to go hang out at third base. He rushed the throw, decided to play catch with the left fielder, and that's not what you want to do when you're trying to turn a double play, as the Blue Jays look to take advantage with runners on the corners with still 1 out. Looked like an easy double play, just a ground ball to first. Maybe it was the fact that Springer was where he was trying to throw. I'm not too sure, but no, Vaughn just had it. I don't know. Vaughn he pump faked it, and then he threw it. And then, yeah, no one was there. I mean, they were there, but the throw was not where he was throwing it. As that'll bring up Bo Bichette, spanning 308 OPS of 820, 16 homers, 86 RBIs. Woodruff sets and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. For the series, he's 3 for 8 in last 30 games, an OPS of 911. So very solid. What a goofball play. Yeah, I don't know what happened there with Vaughn. Just decided to play catch with the left fielder. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit also foul. Oh, and 2 count. Runners now at first and second. Apparently, I guess I missed that. So he's at second, so I apologize. Second and third. Guerrero in scoring position as well. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs out of the zone. He struck him out. Down goes Bichette. That is a huge out there. And that will bring up Nathan Lukes. Lukes is batting .257, OPS of 740, 10 homers and 53 RBIs. For the series, he is 0 for 6. Woodruff kicks and deals. That is in there, but it's not called a strike. That was above the knees. 1-0. 1-0 count to Lukes. Woodruff sets. Kicks and deals. That is going to be a ground ball to third. That's going to get through down the left field line. There's one, and the second run is coming across to score. It's a tie game here in Toronto. A 2-out, 2 RBI double for Nathan Lukes. Ties it up. Well, this is a nice start to the game. I like the back and forth. That'll bring up Ernie Clement, spanning .273, OPS of 704, 9 homers and 40 RBIs. 14 likes, keep it coming. Yes, that like button looks like that, people. Hit that button. If it looks like that, hit it. Again, a runner on second, 2 outs. They had a little bit of a chat with Woodruff. As Woodruff sets, looks back at second, rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. Count is 0-1 to the Toronto third baseman. Scherzer pacing back and forth. And that's going to be hit to right, but that will get out of play. Count is 0-2 to Clement. Or is it Clement? Clement. I don't know. We'll just go with probably both. 0-2. Woodruff sets. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt, handled well by Contreras for ball 1. Are those runs earned? One of them. I can check after this half inning. I got you. I can check once we head to the top of the second. 1-2 count. Woodruff sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Oh, they couldn't get there in time. And, oh, man, the Blue Jays have taken the lead. 3-2. Let me check real quick. One of them. So just one run was earned. I'm assuming it was that one. So, yeah, no, those were not earned runs. So if you had them for fantasy purposes or betting, then it's not too bad. But the Blue Jays are up 3-2 as Andres Jimenez at the plate. Woodruff from the stretch. And that's going to be hit to right. Frelick is battling the sun, is under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. But, man, the Blue Jays answered back and more. 3-2 is your score as we head to the top of the second. Wow, indeed, Butterfly. Wow, indeed. Of course, you're very welcome, Basketball Jones. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for clicking on this live stream. Again, it helps out little channels like mine. Make sure, of course, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, it's a perfect channel for you. Again, I do mostly Pirates. You can probably see it. But, hey, the Pirates are playing right now, and look at that. I'm not doing them. Again, I do bounce around. It is, again, mostly Pirates. But, of course, in the postseason, I'm not going to be seeing much of the Pirates there. In fact, none. So, I'll probably be covering these teams. I know I'll be definitely covering the Brewers as, again, their fans have been very supportive. Very supportive, so I appreciate that. Of course, it is the inning break. So, again, shout out to all the members. Appreciate all of you guys. And, of course, the donors as well. And, of course, Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. So we're going to go over the scores from across Major League Baseball. Again, thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for your support. Reds lead the Cardinals 5-3. Twins leading the Padres 2-0. Pirates and Red Sox are tied at 0 apiece. Pirates are going for the sweep there in Boston. The Rays lead the Nationals 1-0. Mariners and Indians are tied at 0 apiece. And the Marlins lead the Mets 1-0. And that is all for now. Of course, there'll be plenty more of games coming on as we get deeper into this one. Due up for the Brewers will be Collins, Durbin, and Monasterio. As Collins will be coming to the plate. He's batting .277, OPS of .805, 8 homers, and 49 RBIs. How do you donate? Man, I don't know. It makes it seem like I'm asking. There is like a money icon. That's really all I can really say there. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a call strike. You don't have to. Again, this isn't something I'm doing full time. Now, if I do commit to this full time, all right, well, then maybe it's the job and all that stuff. But I do appreciate it, though. I really do. That is very kind. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That is going to be outside for ball 1. But it does help me out. I really do appreciate it. Maybe one day I'm doing this like 365 days a year. That would be pretty cool. Scherzer kicks and deals. That is inside ball 2. Collins is 4 for 7 in the series. Last 7 games, OPS of .909. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to be a foul ball. I don't know about 365 days. I don't think the wife would like that, but we'll see. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 3. Again, if you're just tuning in, Blue Jays leading the Brewers 3-2, and yes, we're just entering the second inning. Fireworks here in Toronto. Might have a great game on our hands. Here's the 3-2 as that's going to be hit to center. But that is going to be caught by Straw for out number 1. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin. Durbin is batting .259, OPS of .725, 9 homers and 46 RBIs for the rookie. For this series, he is 3 for 8 with an RBI. As here is the pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. OPS in his last 7 games, that is 12.34. Geez, very good. 0-1, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, but that is a foul ball. And 2 of MLB's best here today, Brewers, Blue Jays. Could be a World Series matchup. Wouldn't that be something? 0-2 count. Scherzer delivers. That is upstairs and outside for ball 1. One and two count. Scherzer kicks and deals. Grounder to third. Throws to first for out number 2. 2 away for the Brewers, and that'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. Monasterio is batting .286, OPS of .833, 4 homers and 15 RBIs. This series, he is 2 for 7 with a home run. The last 7 games, an OPS of .1219. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Scherzer kicks and deals. That is going to be upstairs, ball 1. Checked his swing there. 1-1 is the count. Scherzer, wind up and the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. One and two count. The Blue Jays fans getting pretty loud, rallying behind Scherzer as he kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. Shallow right, second baseman running out there, and Jimenez will make the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Brew Crew. So we head to the bottom of the second inning where the Blue Jays still lead 3-2 over the Brewers. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button is very clutch. And, of course, subscribe to the Jason. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I'll try to write that down. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. I do appreciate, again, like I said, the Brewers fans definitely have been very kind to me. I really appreciate it. Of course, again, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Again, I do bounce around. I mean, part of the reason why the Brewers fans are nice is because, again, I do bounce around and, like, hey, cover some Brewers games. And, well, I did. Again, Brewers Cubs, Brewers Reds. That was, again, I do bounce around. So the more support I guess I get, public support, I will probably go to that team a little bit more than usual, more than the average team. There was a lot of Giants games I did, a lot of Giants subscribers on the channel, so I did Giants games. Of course, again, Pirates are number 1. I'm not going to lie to you, but again, they're only going to be around for another 3 or 4 weeks. So, definitely subscribe. Again, I'll be doing a lot of playoff baseball, so I'm sure I'll see both of these teams there. No worries. I enjoy your content. Oh, again, I appreciate it. I try. It's all a imitation of a broadcaster. Yeah, it's all. I'm just an impersonator. Doing it for the Blue Jays is going to be Heineman, Straw, and Springer to start off the bottom of the second inning. Heineman's batting .315, OPS of .852, 3 homers and 17 RBIs. This is his first appearance in the series. Last 7 appearances that he's made, OPS of only 93. The former Pirate. I liked him as a Pirate. Wasn't really the greatest bat, but I felt comfortable with him behind the plate. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit. And that's going to be popped up. In the foul territory, Vaughn makes the catch for out number 1. Battling the sun in Toronto. And that will bring up Miles Straw. Straw's batting .267, OPS of .688, 4 homers, and 28 RBIs. For the series, he is 3 for 4. Let's see, OPS in the last, he hasn't really played much. We'll go ahead and last 30 games. I mean, OPS just shy of 1,000. As that's going to be upstairs ball 1. One and 0 to Straw. As Woodruff kicks and deals. And that is outside for ball 2. Two and 0 count. Woodruff, the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 3. These are close, but they are just indeed outside, so good calls so far. Did miss one pretty bad one earlier, but seems to have locked in. 3 and 0. Woodruff kicks and deals. That is inside. Okay, well, I was just about to compliment him. It should have been ball 4, but nope. Not quite there. 3 and 1. Woodruff kicks and fires. And that's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. So look at me and my big mouth complimenting him, and then all of a sudden the last 2 pitches are, well, not the greatest calls in the world, as that'll bring up George Springer. Springer is batting .298, OPS of .923, 24 homers and 67 RBIs. He was hit by a pitch in his first appearance. Woodruff sets, kicks and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Tyrone Watermelon. I like that's funny. Let's go Blue Jays. There we go. Tyrone Watermelon. I like the rhyme there. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. Blue Jays fans, Brewers fans. Again, 2 teams that could easily be playing late in October. Woodruff sets on the 0-2. Kicks and deals. And Springer gives this a drive. That's going to be hit to left. That's going to be off the wall. Leaping attempt, couldn't make it. And Straw is going home. The throw is not in time. Throw to third. He is safe. Oh my goodness, the Blue Jays and the Rogers Center they're erupting in my left ear. They are loud. It's 4-2. An RBI double. Of course, he took off to third with the throw to home. Man, and that will bring up Addison Barger. Barger, I believe he reached on an air. No, he struck out. That is as the next guy. Barger's batting .249, OPS of .764, 18 homers and 61 RBIs. Runner on third. Here is the pitch. That is going to be fouled back. 0-1. Wheels falling off for, Woodruff, he's been pitching well this year. It's just a rough outing. 0-1 count. Woodruff kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. And yes, again, thank you again, Jason. Appreciate it. That's very nice. 0-2 count. Woodruff sets. Rocks and fires. And that's going to be low for ball 1 in the dirt. Already 4 runs for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the second. Just 1 out. Runner on third. That is Springer. Woodruff sets. And delivers. That is low for ball 2. 93, just below. Woodruff not happy with the call or not happy with something. He was yelling. That one was definitely below the zone. Of course, again, he might have, he's just been, the umpire's been a little inconsistent. I was praising him, and then all of a sudden he let me down. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chopper to Woodruff. Throws to first for out number 2. Springer's going to have to stay at third. That will, okay, I just clicked. That'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He reached on a error. He's batting .287, OPS of .861, 21 homers, and 73 RBIs on the season. Woodruff sets. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Did he go? He did not. 1-0. Good thing about the Brewers, they are never out of it. That is very true. Very true indeed. 1-0 count. Woodruff sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. Chourio is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. The Blue Jays add another. They lead 4-2 over the Brewers as we head to the top of the third. Once again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Woody isn't missing the zone by much. Good play discipline. Oh, yeah. No, they're swinging the bat really well today, as evidenced by the 4 runs. And, of course, you can make the argument it really should be 2-2 because of the double play. That could have happened, but Vaughn, again, decided to play pitch and catch with the left fielder. That's never a good sign, during an active play, of course. But yeah, again, make sure to hit that like button. That like button is very helpful to the channel. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan here, and I assume most of you guys are, definitely subscribe. Again, I'll be doing playoff baseball very, very soon. Of course, when the playoffs are here, I can't do it right now, so you'll just have to bear with me. But yeah, again, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Of course, again, it's mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around, as you can see here today. They're playing right now. They're playing the Red Sox. We're about to go over the scoreboard. Again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the members. Thank you, all the donors. Again, I'll add Jason, of course, to the list. I appreciate it very much. It's very nice. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it a lot. But yeah, again, Coffee Beans is the scoreboard sponsor, since she's in that other tier. So we're about to go over it. So thank you, Coffee Beans, for your support. The Reds lead the Cardinals 5-4 in the top of the 7th. The Twins lead the Padres 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The Pirates and the Red Sox, they are tied at 0-0 as they're heading to the top of the 4th. The Rays lead the Nationals 6-0 in the top of the 3rd. Mariners and the Indians, they are tied at 0 apiece in the top of the 3rd. Marlins leading the Mets 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. The Angels and the Astros are tied at 0 apiece. The Tigers and the Royals tied at 0, as well as the Yankees and the White Sox. Due up for the Brewers is Bryce Terang. He's batting .285, OPS of .779, 15 homers and 67 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Terang is 0 for 1 on the day. Scherzer, wind up, and the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. And this one's just going to go back. Is this one out of here? Oh, my goodness. That one's gone. The way he acted, the way the left fielder acted, it looked like it was going to stay in the ballpark. But just like that, that's his 16th home run of the season. It's 4-3. No one acted like it was going to go gone, but hey, it is gone. It got gone. It's out of here. Unbelievable. That'll bring up Jackson Chourio. He's batting .280, OPS of .796, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. Chourio is 1 for 1 on the day. Again, I apologize for that call. I didn't realize it was going to keep going, as that's a chopper and that's going to go foul. Oh man, we have some offense here today. That's what I like. I like baseball I like high-scoring baseball games. Football, I'm good with a low score. 0-1 count to Churio. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. 1-1 count to Churio. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. That one's at the warning track. Oh, he can't find it. Oh, it lands right beside him. Oh, my goodness. He lost it in the sun and just literally landed right beside him. Scherzer can't believe it. Oh, man, he started freaking out. It's a baseball's going to hurt you. Barger's like, I don't know where it is, and he has to cover his head. He's like, oh, literally 2 feet to my left. Oh, man. I just clicked on this guy. What in the world is going on here? All right, Christian Yelich coming to the plate. He is 0 for 1 on the day. This is a crazy game. That sun is brutal. It's right over the stadium. Yelich batting .270, OPS of .820, 27 homers and 92 RBIs. Scherzer delivers. That is in there for a called strike. Good afternoon, baseball fans. Alexander, how's it going? Let's go Blue Jays. Let's go Blue Jays go. They're currently leading, but the Brewers already tacking on a run this inning and a runner on with nobody out, as that's in the dirt for ball 1. The right field's reaction. I know, that was kind of funny. It was funny. It's baseball coming. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of, you just don't see that. You don't see that normally. Usually it's just boom, just throw it in. But he was panicking. 1-1 count, and Yelich hits this to center at the warning track, and Straw makes the catch. He's going to throw to third, and that's actually a nice throw. It's going to keep Churio at second. Brewers announcers in my left ear saying that's a mistake by Churio to not tag out or tag it up there. I guess he thought it was going to be gone. Yeah, Yelich kind of acting like he crushed it. That'll bring up that's the wrong Contreras. William Contreras batting .259, OPS of .768, 17 homers and 68 RBIs. He homered in the first inning. A little bit of a mound visit, so bear with me, folks. There, a little bit of a delay here on Dr. Delay. Again, feel free to chat down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. As here is the pitch. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Breaking ball. Just nowhere close. One and 0 to Contreras. Runner on second, 1 out. Scherzer comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That is low for ball 2. Change up at 85. Showing the Brewers home run leaderboard. 27 for Yelich, 18 for Churio. Contreras, 17. Turang, 16. Vaughn for 14. Really good offense. Here's the 2-0. That is going to be low for ball 3. Again, thank you very much, Butterfly, as always, for keeping everybody, even myself, of course, in check. I appreciate it. 3-0 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Taken all the way there. Count is 3-1. Scherzer. And he's going to step off. Yeah, the time was counting down there. I was wondering why it was taking forever. Three and 1 count. Scherzer from the stretch. And Contreras hits this to right. Barger at the wall. It's off the wall. Nice job fielding it in. Churio's rounding third, heading for home. It's going to be a tie game in Toronto. Look at that. The Brewers announcer said an RBI double. That was not indeed the case as he's at first. But, hey, we'll still take it. If you're a Brewers fan, it's 4-4. This is a great chat. It is. It is a great chat. I like the chat. It's a good chat. Thank you again, guys, and gals, of course, for hanging on out. I appreciate you guys. As Scherzer from the stretch kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. This is Sal Frelick. Frelick's batting .296, OPS of .771, 10 homers and 53 RBIs. He's also 1-for-1 on the day. Great at-bat contrast. Yes, it indeed was. Here is the 0-1. That is inside. Ball gets away, but Heineman's able to hop on it real quickly. Again, we got a good one here. 4-4 here in the third. The Brewers scored 2 runs in the first. Then the Blue Jays answered back in a little bit more with 3. And then they tacked on 1 in the second. And it's 4-4 here as the Brewers get another hit up the middle. As that'll put runners at first and second with just 1 out. And, of course, again, 2 runs here in this one. So, again, a really nice game so far. Really great game. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. He's batting .236, OPS of .684, 14 homers and 59 RBIs. Vaughn is 0-for-1 on the day. I don't have a TV subscription, so this is a unique way to follow the game. I like it. Hey, that's kind of why I do this. It's because, it can be a little bit pricey to, have all local networks or, for football, baseball, whatnot. I have MLB TV, so I'm able to watch most of the games, not all of them. But, yeah, this is what I do, is that's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. So, hey, again, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, Peter. Thank you again for stopping on by. And I try to give the best impersonation of what you'd hear on the radio or whatnot as I can. 0-1 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Vaughn is due for a dinger. Yeah, he's struggled a little bit as of late. 1-1. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to center. Straw's on the run and makes the catch. He's going to throw to third. Tagging up. Oh, the throw beat him. What a throw by Straw. Contreras immediately pointing to the dugout, though. It might have been closer than I had thought, but Straw, that was a heck of a play. Moving to his left and throwing to his right. No challenge. It was just a great play. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, we got a good one, folks, in Toronto. It is 4-4 Brewers and Blue Jays. 25 likes. Yes, thank you guys so much. Toronto's a dangerous team. Yes, both of them. All these guys, these teams, again, I would not be surprised if this is the World Series matchup. That would be really great for baseball, instead of just, Yankees and, Red Sox or Astros and, of course, Dodgers, the Mets. Yes, the Mets have been, but, it's good to see other markets, get represented. Now, the networks might not like it, but, I think it's what's best, to have parity. But, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. Again, make sure to hit that like button. That like button helps out the channel a lot. It is a small little channel here, but we're growing. We're growing, and, on opening day, I had about 30 subscribers. Here, as I entered, I had 679. So, again, it must be working a little bit, so I appreciate you guys a lot. And, of course, again, I will be bouncing around Major League Baseball. As you know, I'm a Pirates fan. But, again, that doesn't mean I just call Pirates games. They're playing right now. And here I am calling a game that, again, I think these teams will definitely be playing deep into October. And, of course, I'll be doing the postseason. So subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan here, this is a great channel for you. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe, I promise. No bill will be sent to you. Great throw on that out. Oh, no, it was a great throw. Yeah, basketball. That was straw has an arm. 2 up for the Blue Jays will be Bichette, Lukes, and Clement. I believe it's Clement. Well, we'll probably say Clement. Bichette's batting .307, OPS of .818, 16 homers, and 86 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 on the day, as we're about ready to get back into it. Bichette stepping into the box. Again, it's 4-4 here in the bottom of the third. That's for the people that aren't watching the screen, as I am aware that is often the case. Oh, it throws it at his head, but Bichette able to get out of the way. Oh, man. I don't think that was on purpose, as that looked like it was a breaking ball that just didn't break. But yeah, I've been told that, I'll put you on while I'm cleaning or doing stuff around the house or at work. So, hey, feel free to do that. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 to Bo Bichette. Woodruff kicks and fires. That's going to be low for ball 3. Three and 0. Apparently, there's already one out in the inning. I don't know about that. That's going to be in there for a cold strike. I don't know what's going on. That's what the scoreboard says. I know that's not accurate. Count is 3-1. Woodruff kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 4. So Bichette will walk. Apparently, Lukes was at the plate during that whole at bat. Now Nathan Lukes will be at the plate with a runner on. Nobody out. He's batting .260, OPS of .747, 10 homers and 55 RBI. Some technical difficulties for the Brewers broadcast. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Lukes is 1 for 1. I believe he's the one that hit the 2 RBI double down the left field line. 0-1 count. Woodruff kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is out of play. You can always lurch if you can't jack. Yeah, just leave it on and do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Count is 0-2. Woodruff looks over at first and comes to a set. Kicks and fires. That is way outside for ball 1. Again, the score is 4-4 here in the bottom of the third. Runner on first. Nobody out. Woodruff checks on the runner. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. 1-2 is the count to Nathan Lukes. Woodruff sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the changeup. 83 on that one. He struck him out. That will bring up Ernie Clement. He is 1 for 1. He's batting .275, OPS of .706, 9 homers and 41 RBIs. He also has an RBI as well. Woodruff delivers, and Clement hits this one, and this will get out of play to become a souvenir. Oh, and 1 to Clement. 1 out. Woodruff sets, rocks and fires. And that is outside, but it's called a strike. Favorable call there for the Brewers. 0-2. Woodruff from the stretch, and that is going to be outside for ball 1. 90-mile-per-hour cutter. Had a lot of break to it. I thought it was a breaking ball, but what do I know? Woodruff once again checks on the runner at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. Clement hits this to shallow left. Collins is there to make the catch as he tosses it in for out number 2. All right, 2 away, and that'll bring up Andres Jimenez. Jimenez, he is 0 for 1 on the day. Spanning 215, OPS of 625, 7 homers and 27 RBIs as Woodruff looks over at first, sets, and delivers. That is outside for ball 1. One and 0. Woodruff comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be in there on the outside corner for a called strike. 92 on the sinker. One and 1. Woodruff kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 93 out of the zone. He chased it. As Jimenez is going to ask for time. Again, there's a runner on first, 2 outs now. 4-4 is your score here in the third. If you like offense so far, that has been the case here. 1-2, here's the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 2. Woodruff looks over at the runner at first. He comes to a set. A pickoff attempt, but Bichette is back safe and sound. Count is 2-2. Woodruff checking on the runner multiple times. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. But it's right at Collins for out number 3. Nothing new in there for the Blue Jays. So we head to the top of the 4th, where the score is 4-4 here in Toronto. So happy to see you call my Jays today. You do it so well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you. I too can't afford TV. Go Jays. Also a Brewers fan a long time. And go Pirates. First time seeing baseball Pirates. Okay. I had you. I got you. Well, hey. Glad to provide this. Again, I know there's a need for this, so hey, I'm like, why not? Let's see if this can have any success to it. And again, this is really just I'm just kind of impersonating what you'd hear on the radio, classical radio stuff. I used to listen to some broadcast with my dad when I was younger, like for football, of course. We'd be driving, and on Sirius XM, it'd have the NFL stuff, or baseball. I don't know. Just, it's fun. I try. Again, thank you very much for being here. Again, thank you, Magic Man, as well. Appreciate you guys. Again, make sure to hit the like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe, I promise. And, of course, a shout-out to all the members, the donors. I really do appreciate you guys. It does really help out a lot. You don't have to. But, again, I appreciate it. This isn't something I'm doing for a living. But, hey, in the future, you never know. Of course, again, the scoreboard update is brought to you by Coffee Bean. She is the $4.99 tier. The Reds lead the Cardinals 6-4. Twins lead the Padres 3-0. The Pirates looking for the sweep in Boston. They lead 1-0. Boston, though, with runners on second and third with just 1 out. Rays lead the Nationals 7-1. Indians leading the Mariners 2-0. Marlins lead the Mets 3-0. Tigers and Royals are tied at 0 apiece. Yankees lead the White Sox 1-0, and the Angels and Astros are tied at 0 apiece. Due up for the Brewers is going to be Isaac Collins. Collins is 0 for 1. As Scherzer kicks and deals, and that's going to be hit to center. But Straw is there to make the catch. So one pitch, one out. And that'll bring up Caleb Durbin. Durbin's batting .258, OPS of .723, 9 homers and 46 RBIs on the season. And again, I know I am a Pirates fan, and I do mostly Pirates on the channel, but again, as evidenced by today, I will bounce around from time to time. And tomorrow, actually, as here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Tomorrow, I will actually be doing Blue Jays and Reds. Since I haven't done the Reds in a while, I'm like, okay, well, might as well do the Reds. And, of course, they play the Blue Jays, so it's lucky you, Blue Jays fans, that's going to be in there for a called strike. You know, and I'm really shocked, talking to a lot of the Brewers, fans in the chat over the last few weeks when I've called their games. I'm shocked to find out that as that's in the Dirt Ball 1, I'm shocked to find out there's really not many people that call Brewers games, if any. I wonder if that's the same for Toronto. I don't know if you guys could let me know. That's just shocking to me. I mean, they're having such great seasons. You think a fan would do that? I'm not too sure. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to third. Clement throws to first for out number 2. So very quickly, 2 outs. Maybe this game will start settling down a little bit. So that'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. He's batting .283, OPS of .825, 4 homers and 15 RBIs. Monasterio is 0 for 1 on the day. As Scherzer kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. He went. Count is 0-1. Scherzer begins the windup, and here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center, and that is going to drop for a base hit. 2-out single. And that will bring up Bryce Turang. He's batting .286, OPS of .787, 16 homers and 68 RBIs. Of course, he homered earlier. Scherzer comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count to Turang. Scherzer sets and deals. That's in there for a called strike. One and one is the count to Turang. Monasterio takes his lead. Scherzer fires. That is low for ball 2. So 2-1. Scherzer comes to a set, looks over at the runner, kicks and deals. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. A diving attempt by Jimenez. Monasterio is going to run to third, where he will stay and be safe. So just like that, with 2 outs again, runners on the corners. The Brewers so dangerous with 2 outs. Basketball very happy with Bryce, as that'll bring up Jackson Churio. He's batting .282, OPS of .802, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. Churio is 2 for 2 on the day. Very good day for him. Scherzer leans in, steps back, sets, rocks, and fires. And that is going to be... It's going to be a foul ball, I believe. And Churio was saying that, hey, it hit him, so they're going to take a look at it, maybe. No. That's interesting. Okay, no. I don't know. Yeah, it went off the barrel of the bat. I don't even know why you'd try that. I don't know. I feel like I'd be pretty obvious. Like, no, it didn't hit me at all. Anyway, 0-1 count. Scherzer sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's 4-4 here in Toronto in the top of the fourth. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Churio is 2 for 2, looking to keep the perfect streak alive here. But he's down 0-2 in the count. Scherzer looks over at first. Looks over again. Looks over again. Kicks and deals. That is way upstairs. Throw to second. He is safe. Throw home, and he is out. Oh, they tried to fool the Blue Jays. Stole the base at second, but Monasterio's thrown out at home. That's a great play by the Blue Jays defense, keeping the awareness to throw it home, keep their eye at the runner at third. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is still 4-4. Bye-bye. Well, John, I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but hey, if you are, it was fun having you here. Thank you again for stopping on by. But if you're talking about the runner there, yes, see you later. It was a good effort, though. Good effort by the Brewers. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure to hit the like button. Hit the like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Again, a lot of baseball here. This is, I believe, my 100. Yesterday was 120. This is game number 121 for baseball on the channel. So definitely, again, subscribe. You're going to get plenty of baseball. Obviously, it's a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around from time to time. And, of course, the postseason is not too far away, and I'm sure I will see these teams there. So definitely subscribe if you're a sports fan in general. Again, if you're a sports bettor, sports fan, this is a sports channel. If you're calling yourself a sports fan, you are here. You're subscribed to the channel. Great time to be from Wisconsin. Brewers rocking. Micah Parsons, good times. Yeah, I saw the trade. It's making my prediction look a lot better. I have the Packers going to the Super Bowl in my predictions. Yeah, I don't know if you guys were. I don't think I've seen you guys since I ended that. But the power rankings shorts I was doing got greedy. Yeah, a little bit greedy there. Thank you, Chris, for stopping on by. Appreciate you. Blue Jays will have Heineman, Straw, and Springer due up in the bottom of the fourth. They have the Packers and the Bills in the Super Bowl. I have the Bills winning. But, yeah, I have the Packers. And this was done before the trade, by the way. This is something I had planned out, already written down since, like, June. Had everything all planned out. Heineman coming to the plate, batting .312, OPS of .845, 3 homers and 17 RBIs. He is 0 for 1. Woodruff kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to be a foul ball. Count is 0-1. Woodruff kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 1. 1-1 count to Heineman, the former Pirates. And yes, I will shout out Pirates whenever they play. Or former Pirates, of course. 1-1. Woodruff kicks and deals. Showing bunt. It is down, but it is a foul ball, as that one was. They're showing the replay. Kind of ripping Monasterio for it, and definitely a greedy play. And doesn't seem like it was a design play. The manager was throwing something. Definitely not happy. 1-2 counts to Heineman. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. Oh, nice pick. Throws to first for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Miles Straw. Straw walked earlier. He's batting .267, OPS of .691, 4 homers, and 28 RBIs. Woodruff kicks and deals, and that's going to be popped up to shallow left. Collins is there to make the catch for out number 2. All right, that'll bring up George Springer. Springer's 1 for 1 and was hit by a pitch. He's batting .300, OPS of .928, 24 homers, and 68 RBIs. As Woodruff rocks and fires, and that is in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count. Woodruff begins the windup, and here is the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get past the shortstop for a base hit. Throws it into second. So Springer with a 2-out single. And that will bring up Addison Barger. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He's batting .248, OPS of .763, 18 homers, and 61 RBIs. It looks like we're going to have a Brendan Little is warming up in the Blue Jay bullpen. Woodruff sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Barger comes through. Springer's heading to third, and he is going to be safe as the throw's into second. So runners on the corners. Blue Jays, again, they're showing their offense is just as good with 2 outs. Christian, thank you, man. Jays are always going to be bad as long as I live. Well, hey, Christian, they might be taking the lead here. Thank you again very much. That is, I really do appreciate that, guys. I really do. It's really awesome. You guys are the best. You guys are indeed the best. As Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to be at the plate here. He is 0 for 2, but he is due. Woodruff kicks and deals. Chopper. And that's going to get through. Oh, no. What a play by the shortstop. But the throw is not in time as it's a little bit off. Shortstop backing up the third baseman. It was going to be a tough throw. And that gives the Blue Jays the lead. It is 5-4. Again, I appreciate you, Christian. I really do. That's awesome. As Bo Bichette is coming to the plate. Again, the Blue Jays now leading 5-4. Durbin trying to make a nice play. Shortstop able to back him up, but not able to get the throw in time or on target. As Bichette is batting .307, OPS of .819, 16 homers, and 86 RBIs. As the pitching coach is going to have a little chat with Woodruff. Bichette is 0 for 1 with a walk. Again, a little bit of a mound visit here, so bear with me, folks. Again, the Blue Jays have just taken the lead, 5-4, in a very, very exciting game. A lot of offense, kind of coming in spurts. You'll have it to where it's like, oh, okay, well, just mowing down everybody, and then all of a sudden, just hit after hit after hit after hit, and yeah, I like it. Again, Bichette coming to the plate. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. As Woodruff sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be low for ball 1. One and 0 count. Woodruff leads in, sets, looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit up the middle. The second is going to beat him to the bag for out number 3. But the Blue Jays do some damage as they take the lead once again. They lead 5-4 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Big Vlad fan. He gets a lot of hate. I don't get it. I don't get it either. It's a solid player. I don't understand it at all. Thank you, though, of course, for stopping on by. Ben's graded baseball cards. Okay. I used to love football and baseball cards. More so football, but yeah. My dad used to actually like collect them all and stuff like that, in the 70s, 80s, and stuff like that. But again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure, of course, to hit that like button. That like button kind of looks like this. It's a thumb. It really helps out the channel a lot. That's how I am able to compete. If YouTube, hey, a lot of likes for that little channel, I'll go and compete with the other bigger channels. Again, I appreciate you guys. Of course, subscribe to the channel. It is free, I promise. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime. And again, all you're getting is more sports. And it is mostly Pirates. Again, I'm a Pirates fan. But as evidence, again, today I'm literally bouncing around. And again, tomorrow I'll actually be doing the Blue Jays and Reds. Of course, the Pirates are off tomorrow. But yeah, again, I try to get as many sports games as possible. Of course, a shout out to all the members and the donors. Again, I have to add 2 to the list after today. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm just very, very lucky. Very lucky. But of course, again, the scoreboard update brought to you by Coffee Beans. Thank you, Coffee Beans, for being the sponsor. The Reds lead the Cardinals 7-4. Twins leading the Padres 6-0. Pirates leading the Red Sox 1-0. They're going for the sweep. The Rays lead the Nationals 7-4. Mariners and the Indians are tied at 2 apiece. Marlins all over the Mets right now, 5-0. Tigers Royals 0-0. Angels Astros 0-0. Yankees leading the White Sox 2-1, and that is it for now. Due up for the Brewers is Chourio, Yelich, and Contreras. That's Chourio is 2 for 2 on the day. It's batting .282, OPS of 802, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. SGA, thank you for stopping on by, man. Giants lost yesterday, a score of 11-1. It was a stinker. That was the most pathetic performance I've ever seen by the team, and they only scored. Oh, yeah, it's tough. That is tough. I understand it, though. I'm a Pirates fan, so I literally understand it. New pitcher for the Blue Jays is going to be Brendan Little. He is 4-1 with an ERA of 3.09, whip of a 1.35 in his last 7 appearances. An ERA of a 3.18, which is good, but his whip is a 1.76. That is not good. As again, Chourio's at the plate. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball one, showing bunt, then pulled back. 1-0. Again, thank you guys for tuning on in. It is Blue Jays 5, Brewers 4 here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Chourio hits this, and that's going to get over the second baseman for a base hit as Chourio remains perfect, 3 for 3 on the day. And that will bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich is batting .269, OPS of 818, 27 homers and 92 RBIs. And the Blue Jays have another pitcher warming up, as here is the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Want to know to Yelich, the lefty on lefty. Yelich is 0 for 2 on the day. Little sets, looks over at first, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Peter says rally time. It's been a very high-scoring game for the first half of this one. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Chopper. Back to the pitcher, Little. Oh, Little has trouble with it, and he stumbles. Oh, man, it looked like it was going to be an easy play, an easy out, but Little just couldn't field it. He fell down. He was looking at the runner at second. I mean, he really didn't have a play at it. Should have just, I don't know. That was interesting, as that's going to bring up William Contreras. He's batting .261, OPS of 770, 17 homers and 69 RBIs. Little just can't believe it. They're going to score that in E1. Yeah, he just flat out couldn't field it, and he fell down. Contreras, of course, had a home run and another RBI single, so I believe that's 3 RBIs for him on the day. Looking for more. Again, runners on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 5th. No double play. Well, you're good. No double play there. Could have been, but wasn't happening. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to William Contreras. Here's the pitch. Oh my gosh, my voice cracked. Oh, Little's going to have it, and Little's going to throw to first, and he is out. No, he's safe because Guerrero dropped it. Oh my goodness. Little just fielded it cleanly, and then he kind of was going to throw to third, pulled it back, was going to throw to second, pulled it back, then he throws to first, and Guerrero couldn't make the catch. I don't know if it was more on him or Little. Maybe he wasn't ready for it. Trying to go to third, trying to go to second, then he turns around, throws to first. No, the throw was low. Guerrero just couldn't handle the ball. It was a little bit low, and Little looks flustered. He just can't believe it. That'll bring up Sal Frelick, the Brewers. They're not complaining. I can't believe this. He's batting .298, OPS of .774, 10 homers, 53 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball 1. Little has lost his composure. Again, we were just looking at his statistics earlier. Little has a very high walks, hits per inning. His ERA is good, but he allows a lot. Here's the 1-0, and that is low for ball 2. They might have to pull this guy. Yeah, I mean, they might have to. They already were warming up somebody a few pitches in. I don't know what in the world. Little just doesn't know what to do. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch showing bunt. Pulls it back. That's in there for a called strike. Sarcastic cheers from the Toronto fans. That is brutal. Count is 2-1. Little kicks and deals. Chopper. Little has it. Oh, he's going to underhand it to home. And there we go. His Toronto fans are so loud and they are cheering. Oh my goodness. Oh man, was able to make a nice play, and maybe that was actually a really good play by Little. Just snagging it and then immediately heading home and tossing it home for out number 1. Again, bases are still loaded. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He's batting .236, OPS of .683, 14 homers and 59 RBIs, and that's going to do it for Little. So after he makes a great play, they're like, you know what? We're good. So a pitching change here in Toronto as Little, he is done after he pitched for so little. Gold Glove play. Honestly, it was a great play, which is interesting considering what we've just seen him do. Just unfortunate fielding decisions. Of course, the first one kind of stumbling, taking his, just couldn't field it cleanly. Then I don't know what he was doing. And then the second one, trying to throw to third, couldn't. Trying to throw to second, couldn't. Then he throws to first, and it's a little off target. So again, a pitching change underway. I'll try to get you the statistics. There we go. He is in. It's going to be Tommy Nance. Nance is 1-0, a whip of a .86, an ERA of a .86. So very, very good. Last 7 appearances, has yet to allow a run in those 7 games. Whip of a 1.11. So very good out of the bullpen. Again, when we do return, it'll be Andrew Vaughn, barring a pinch hitter. So close game. Yeah, it is. It's a good one. Once again, folks, make sure to hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, I'm a Pirates fan, but I do bounce around as evidenced by today's game. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you call yourself a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe. I'll be doing plenty of postseason baseball. Plenty of it, so I'll probably see these teams there for sure, as we are returning to action Or again, it's the Blue Jays leading the Brewers 5-4, but it's bases loaded with 1 out. As the camera is zoomed in on Little, and he put his head down. Yeah. Again, Tommy Nance, he is, it's been pretty good. .86 ERA. Opponent batting average just 173. It's good. We have a sleep rookie draft right now. Unbelievable. I'm not making that one, Taylor. That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Let me look at it. I don't even know if I have the app. Jeez, what in the world, Taylor? I'm trying to perform and trying to do a decent job, and here you are, yelling at me, telling me, "Hey, you better get your butt in there to get this little sleeper draft in." As Nance from the stretch kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. I mean, if it's only 5 rounds, I can easily do it right now. I'm sure I will be forgiven. Why can't I confirm? Oh, and 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. I will delay it, Mr. Delay. Okay, I should be done 3:45. If this going 3:45. Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble for the money league later, Taylor. That's going to be tough. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside for ball 1. I got to stream at 6. I'm doing for another channel. Yeah, I'm in trouble later. I'll deal with it, though. 1-2 count. Tavon against bases loaded with an out. Nance sets. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is a huge out, number 2, and this would be brutal if the Brewers can't push anyone across here. Again, they had bases loaded, nobody out, and now they find themselves with bases loaded, 2 outs, and that will bring up Isaac Collins. Collins is 0 for 2 on the day, batting .276, OPS of .800, 8 homers and 49 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 1. Count is 1-0. Nance sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. Is it playable? It will not be, and that's going to be a foul ball. Let's go Blue Jays. What in the world? There we go. I guess that's showing your neutrality. Of course, thank you as always, Trisk, for stopping on by, as he hates the Brewers. 1-1 count. Nance kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. You're rooting for them on their winning streak, though. Okay. That's fair. 1-2 count. The Blue Jays, this would be pretty huge to get out of this unscathed. 1-2 count. Nance kicks and fires. Ground ball to short. Bichette throws to first for out number 3. The Brewers, despite the bases loaded with nobody out, couldn't push anyone across. As Little is being told, hey, you're okay, man. Springer's all over him. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Jays lead 5-4. Collins has only faced Nance once and walked in that plate appearance. Oh, really? Bases loaded, no outs. This will be sad. I know it is tough for the Brewers faithful here. That was a tough out there. Peter can't believe it. I can't believe it. Bases loaded, no outs, no runs. Sounds like the Pirates. It really does. You guys pulled your best Pirates impersonation there at a very unfortunate time. But Taylor, yes, if you're still here, and I thank you for stopping on by. Thank you for subscribing. Didn't realize that I had many of my IRL friends subscribing. I will get to you guys as soon as possible. But again, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Definitely helps out the channel a lot just clicking on this live stream. Again, make sure, of course, to leave a like. Hit that like button. That helps me out a lot. It really does. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, tune in. This is a pretty good channel for you because I'm a sports guy, and this is what I do. I do play-by-play, baseball, football, and that's pretty much it. I might do a little bit, of course. I will be doing a little bit of college basketball whenever that is, football season is concluded. And, of course, I promised one of my early subscribers that I would try one hockey game. And it'll be the Penguins and somebody else. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I have a lot of Toronto people here, so if they're fans of the Maple Leafs, I'm not going to say I'm going to do Penguins Maple Leafs, but I will try. I will try to do it if I can. Okay? But yes, that is my pitch to you guys. Again, if you're a sports fan, subscribe to the channel. It's a sports channel. Nathan Lukes stepping up to the plate as he takes outside ball one. He's batting .259, OPS of 745, 10 homers and 55 RBIs. Lukes is 1 for 2 on the day. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike, 1-1. Christian, dude, oh my gosh, that's 2. Thank you very much. My dad saw the Jays win back-to-back World Series in the 90s. I'm never going to experience championship glory for as long as I live. I hate sports. No, that's going to be low for ball 2. Well, it is rough, if, you don't have all the money all the time like the Yankees or Dodgers or teams like that. But you just got to keep the faith, You just got to keep the faith. Here's the 2-1. That is inside for ball 3. Let me go ahead and like that again. Appreciate it, Christian. That is awesome, man. Three and 1 count. Woodruff kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up as he bat flips it. Shallow left. Durbin is under it and will make the catch for out number 1. And I do apologize if you hear a bunch of slinging stuff around. My wife must be on a tear. Luckily, I'm in here now. Hopefully not be the problem. All right, Ernie Clement batting .274, OPS of 705, 9 homers and 41 RBIs. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Blue Jays leading 5-4. Lucas. Have I not been saying Lucas? Here is the pitch. Oh, Luke's. It looks like Luke's. That's right. 1-0 count. All right, well, thank you. I did not know that. Here is the pitch. That is going to be in there for a called strike. Nance has been pretty good. Jays have loads of good talent. What we lack is more relief. Our closer is 50-50. 6 great starters. Go figure. That sounds like the Pirates. Great starting pitching. Bullpen is terrible. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Throws to second where he is going to be, he's going to go back to first. So Clement is on first, and that'll bring up Jimenez. Christian, oh my goodness. Thank you again. I appreciate you, man. Everyone else can have faith, but not me. I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. It'll get better, though, I promise. As Woodruff sets, kicks, and deals, that is going to be hit to right. But that is a foul ball again. Jimenez at the plate. Batting .215, OPS of 623, 7 homers and 27 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Don't forget the Leafs. Yeah. They have also had trouble in the postseason. 0-1 counts. Woodruff kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. And that is out of play. It's 0-2. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. You guys really are. 0-2 count. Runner on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Blue Jays lead 5-4. It's been a good one. Woodruff rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to drop for a base hit as Collins couldn't make the catch in time. He's going to have to throw it in. Runners on first and second for the Blue Jays. Again, the Brewers, they won the first 2 games of the series. It's in Toronto, so I imagine most people would have assumed that, the Blue Jays probably be the ones taking 2 or 3. So the Blue Jays, again, they're just looking for a win here, not trying to get swept. That'll bring up Heineman, Tyler Heineman. Here is the pitch, and Heineman hits this foul. He's batting .310, OPS of .838, 3 homers and 17 RBIs. Christian again. Oh my goodness. Everything will never get better. Never. Well, I just say you got to have optimism. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Again, look at you guys right now. Again, look, you guys are 78 and 50. You're 20 games above 500. The AL, to me, is very winnable. As here is the pitch. That's going to be hit back, and that's going to be a foul ball. I think the AL is going to be okay. I mean, you guys can definitely win it. The NL, in my opinion, anybody can win. The Brewers, obviously, favorite, but the NL, to me, is 7 teams deep. Like those guys. AL, very top-heavy. You guys, the Blue Jays, I would say are definitely a favorite to win, as that's going to be upstairs ball 2. Blue Jays, Yankees, Tigers, Astros, and maybe the Red Sox maybe. That's I don't know. That's going to be hit to center on the run. And that's going to drop in between both. A sliding attempt by Collins, not able to get there. 1 run's going to score. And Jimenez is held at third. The Blue Jays now take a 6-4 lead thanks to Tyler Heineman with an RBI double. I apologize for the inside joke. Just wanted to see CL. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But the Blue Jays looking good here, as that'll bring up Miles Straw. He's batting .266, OPS of .687, 4 homers and 28 RBIs. Straw's 0 for 1 with a walk. Woodruff rocks and fires. Checked his swing, made contact, and that's going to be a foul ball. Count is 0-1. Brewers warming up. Tobias Myers in the bullpen. Woodruff delivers. Grounder, and that's going to get through for a base hit, and that should score them both. There is 1. There is 2. It's now 8-4 Blue Jays. That is tough. And that is going to do it, as there is the manager. Surprised Woodruff was really, again, he kind of settled down, but, he did struggle a little bit against the Blue Jays here. And, yep, that's going to do him in. There he is. So, Myers is going to be replacing Woodruff. It is 8-4. We have a pitching change here in Toronto. It's a high-scoring game, of course, again. You cannot count the Brewers out, as I've seen it myself. As they are battling, the battling Brew Crew or something like that. We call them the battling Buccos with the Pirates. But they do not give up. So this should be an exciting game, exciting finish here. Pitching change again. Tobias Myers is going to be replacing Woodruff. He is 1-1, 4.10 ERA, whip of a 1.47. Last 7 appearances, 3.52 with a whip of a 1.17. So we'll see how he does here today. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button really helps small channels like mine. It really does. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are a fan of sports. If you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan, this is a great channel for that, as that's what I do. And, again, for the NFL, I'll be doing, of course, every Steelers game. But the other game every Sunday will be voted on by the subscribers of the channel. First poll actually goes up tomorrow, so make sure to vote for that one. And I can kind of tell you who's going to be on the poll. Again, I'll be doing Steelers and Jets. That's going to be happening next Sunday. But then again, after that, it'll be will I do the Titans or Broncos, the Niners and Seahawks, Lions and Packers, Texans and Rams. I don't know what I'm calling. You guys will make the call. The voting starts tomorrow. That'll conclude Saturday. And, of course, again, I'll still be doing baseball, of course. Pirates, Brewers, I believe, are next weekend. I unfortunately will only be able to do Saturday's game, but again, I will be sure to get you some Pirates Brewers. And of course, again, I will see the Brewers in the playoffs. And of course, the Blue Jays. Blue Jays definitely going to the playoffs. This is killing me after the top of the fifth. Gotta go. I'll give you the sub. Oh, thank you very much. Turn on notifications. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Peter. You have a good one. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to be a foul ball. Of course, again, the Brewers, I've seen them come back. This, I think it's very doable. Of course, they may not, but, the Brewers have a team that can, they just don't seem to give up. 0-1 count, Myers kicks and fires. That is a foul tip into the catcher's glove, strike two. Would have traced plus 15 ERA today. Brewers ain't going to beat us. Going to the World Series. Tyrone. Watermelon. Very confident in the Blue Jays. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball one. And Springer is 2 for 2. And the game I saw, the series against the Pirates, he really went off. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. One and two count. Runner on first. Here in the bottom of the fifth, the Blue Jays lead 8-4. They've already put up 3 in this inning. Looking for more. Myers kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Taking out a big bat there, and that'll bring up Addison Barger. He is 1 for 3. He's batting .250, OPS of 765, 18 homers, and 61 RBIs. I don't mean to touch the mic sometimes. I apologize, guys. Hopefully that's not too annoying as Myers kicks and fires. And that's going to be outside ball one. One and 0. Myers looks over at first. Kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Yes, Ken, so I know it here, but I want to hear Nathan Lucas tell us outright, respect is everything. 1-1 count. Myers kicks and fires. That'll be outside for ball 2. Nathan Lucas. I mean, again, it's just my bad. I didn't know. But I do appreciate someone just, actually letting me know if I'm doing something wrong. You got to tell me. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Two and 2 counts. And of course, I'm doing something right. You tell me something different. But no, you're wrong. It goes both ways. 2-2. Myers looks over at first and a pickoff attempt, but he is back safe and sound. Again, the Blue Jays with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. As Myers looks over at first. sets, kicks, and fires. Chopper to third. Durbin. Oh, he can't make the play. It would have been a tough one anyway. Durbin still fumbling the ball, and he's going to throw it to third. As looks like the Blue Jays are hungry for more. And that'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's batting .288, OPS of .863, 21 homers and 74 RBIs. I mean, looking at his career batting average is exactly the same as this season's batting average. His OPS is .864 for his career. This year, .863. Very consistent. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Guerrero Jr. Again, runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. A lot of runs here. Myers sets and delivers. That'll be down low for ball 1. 1-1 count. Myers kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Myers with a deep breath. Looks over. Kicks and delivers. Tapper up the middle. Second baseman has it. Terang throws to first for out number 3. But the Blue Jays push across 3 in the bottom of the 5th. So we head to the top of the 6th where the Blue Jays again lead 8-4 over the Brewers. Blue Jays over the Brewers 8-4. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. It really does help out the channel a lot. Make sure, of course, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan and you're tuned in, subscribe. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime. Definitely helps out the channel. Again, I do a lot of baseball and football. It is mostly Pirates on the channel. But again, I do bounce around, and of course, I'm ready for the postseason where both these teams will be. So definitely subscribe if you're a sports fan. Of course, again, thank you very much for the members and the donors. Again, I'm very thankful. After the stream, I'll be sure to add you guys to the list. Again, it's been very nice. You guys have been very good to me. Of course, again, Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. Thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for sponsoring the little Around the League segment here. As the Rays lead the Nationals 7-4, the Twins lead the Padres 6-0. The Mariners lead the Indians 4-2. The Red Sox now lead against the Pirates 5-1. The Marlins, they lead the Mets 5-0. Pardon me, the Tigers lead the Royals 4-0. Angels lead the Astros 1-0. The Yankees lead the White Sox 2-1, and the Cubs and the Rockies are tied at 0 apiece. Final score, the Reds have defeated the Cardinals 7-4 as the Reds try it again, just trying to stay alive in the wild card. They are kind of fading back a little bit. Of course, the Mets have kind of caught fire. They swept the Phillies. That was kind of big. And the Reds are only 2-8 in their last 10, so yeah, they've struggled as of late. Due up for the Brewers, Durbin, Monasterio, and Terang. As Durbin steps into the box, we are ready to resume this one. As Nance is in there again for the 6th. Here is the pitch. Oh! A slider at his head. Durbin able to get out of the way. And that was interesting. Hopefully that wasn't on purpose. I doubt it was. It was a breaking ball, so those are harder to control. 1-0 count. Nance delivers. That is in there for a called strike. Durbin batting .258, OPS of .721, 9 homers and 46 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Durbin hits this to left, and a sliding catch. What a catch by the left fielder, Lucas. And that'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. He's batting .290, OPS of .836, 4 homers and 15 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 and, of course, was caught stealing. As Nance sets, rocks and fire. Showing bunt, pulls away. It is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Monasterio. Nance kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is out of play. 1-1. Again, the Blue Jays leading 8-4 here in the top of the 6th. Here's the 1-1. That is in there for a called strike. 1-2. Breaking ball in the inside corner. Again, never give up on these Brewers. They have shown us before they can definitely come back. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to the left, and that's going to get down for a base hit and possibly 2. Lucas is there throwing to second, and Monasterio having to go back. Lucas doing a great job of getting the ball in there as fast as possible. That'll bring up Bryce Turang. He is 2 for 3. And John Schneider is actually going to go ahead and relieve Nance. So a pitching change here in Toronto once again. They'll be right back. I, of course, will be right here. Again, Blue Jays leading 8-4 in the top of the 6th. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. As you can see, the little scroll down there, it's kind of telling you, hey, I hope your team wins, unless they're playing my team, of course. But yeah, again, make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you are a fan of sports. If you're a sports fan, tuned in. I'm assuming you are. Definitely subscribe to the channel. All you're going to get is more play-by-play for baseball and, of course, football and, of course, college basketball as well. Once football season has concluded, that little awkward time between football and baseball. That's what I'll be doing. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys again for just clicking on the live stream. Really does help out a lot. But a super thank you if you're able to leave a like and subscribe. It will not cost you a dime. Made sure of it. YouTube was like, hey, you got to charge them. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that. We're not going to do that. Lewis Varland is going to be the pitcher for the Blue Jays. It's 3-3, 2.88 ERA, whip of a 1.23. Last 7 appearances, though, have not gone according to plan. 13.5 ERA, whip of a 2.79. So he has been. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle as a Blue Jay. I'm assuming he was acquired at the deadline, so yeah. Creeping up to, oh wow, really? That's awesome. Thank you guys again. Appreciate you guys. Again, just subbing to the channel. I mean, subbing helps so much. Viewing, of course, it's a big help as well. Of course, liking is also that happy medium, but subscribing, that is where it's at. Again, Turang coming to the plate. He's batting .288, OPS of .790, 16 homers, and 68 RBIs. He is 2 for 3 on the day. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to Turang. Turang with 10 home runs in the month of August. Oh my goodness, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. I think it's safe to say that Turang's having a very good month. If he were playing in the NFL, he's definitely getting tested. He's getting tested after the game. Here's the 1-1. That is in there for a called strike. 1-2. Again, a runner on first. I know there's a little bit of a break. That's my bad. There's a runner on first with 1 out. Varland looks over at the runner. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Varland takes care of Terang. That'll bring up Jackson Churio, who has been perfect today, 3 for 3. He's batting .283, OPS of 804, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. Two singles, a double, and 2 runs for Churio as Varland fires. Swing and a miss. Strike one, knuckle curve on the inside corner. Oh and 1. Varland sets and delivers. That's in there for a called strike. 98 on the outside corner. Varland, we're just talking about his statistics as a Blue Jay. They weren't looking too good, but man, his stuff right now looks really good. As Churio does step off, or step out, I should say. Count is 0-2. Varland looks over at first. Kicks and deals way upstairs for ball one. Nice by Heineman to keep that from going back to the backstop. Hey, Dr. Pepper. Yes. How's it going, Coffee Beans? Of course, that is our scoreboard sponsor. Thank you again, Coffee Beans, for sponsoring every time we go to commercial break, because that's going to be in the dirt ball, too. Maybe not every commercial break, but, the scoreboard. How do you feel about an indoor pool? Not a fan. Not a fan of the idea at all. Like for a house? Yeah, definitely not, if that's what you're saying. Count is 2-2. Varland doesn't like the signs. Going to check over at the runner at first anyway, and he sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the dirt. He struck him out. Good outing for Varland as we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Blue Jays lead 8-4 over the Brewers. All right, once again, folks, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Again, make sure to hit that like button. That like button is huge for the channel. And of course, subscribe if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, tune on in. Subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. This one, yeah, no, not this house for sure. Definitely not. And for the Blue Jays fans, I actually will be returning to you guys a lot quicker than expected tomorrow. I already have the stream up, Blue Jays and Reds, as it is Labor Day, so I'm off tomorrow. And we'll be doing Blue Jays and Reds. Won't be doing another game. I'm doing a doubleheader, actually. I'm covering for another streamer later. I'll be doing on my channel and his Phillies and the Braves later tonight for Sunday Night Baseball. So if you're just a sports fan, feel free to check me out tonight, as I'll be streaming on his channel and mine. So again, if you're just a sports fan, this is a sports channel. Again, and it's mostly Pirates, of course, for baseball season, and of course for football, I'll be doing every Steelers game. But again, for the NFL, you'll have a lot of say in the games I call, as there'll be polls every single week. And for baseball, I do bounce around from time to time, of course, for the postseason. Kind of surprised me then. Okay, everything is fine. I heard a lot of noise earlier. Just saying. All right, Bichette, Lucas, and Clement are going to be due up whenever we do return to action. Go Pirates. Oh, yeah. Pirates actually are losing, but we'll check out the scoreboard after this one. Bichette is batting .307, OPS of 817, 16 homers, and 86 RBIs. As Bichette is 0 for 2. Myers kicks and fires. That is upstairs for ball one. 1-0 count to Bichette as he sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. I do apologize. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. I did forget about that. 0 for 2 with a walk. Myers sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be poked to shallow right, but Terang is going to make the catch for out to number 1. I told them in about an hour, but geez, this game, this game might have. Oh, I'd feel so bad. Don't want them to push it back again. Nathan Lucas, batting .258, OPS of 743, 10 homers and 55 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Lucas, the second hit of the game, and that'll bring up Ernie Clement. He's batting .276, OPS of 708, 9 homers and 41 RBIs. Myers sets. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike one, throw to second. He is out. Not able to get that one as Contreras had just a rifled. Of course, the throw was already high, so that helped in the process. Oh, man, what a throw. 0-1 count to Clement. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to shallow right, but Frelick is there to make the catch, and that was quick. We head to the top of the 7th. Blue Jays lead 8-4 over the Brewers. And once again, folks, make sure to like and subscribe. And, of course, I do appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. It definitely helps out the little channel a lot. It really does. Again, thank you to the donors. I do appreciate you guys. I'm going to have to add a few people to the list today. And I do appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you to the members and supporters. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. And again, one day I might be doing this full time. But that'll probably be at least a year or two from now, because we're still pretty small. But of course, again, Coffee Beans is the scoreboard sponsor. So again, thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for sponsoring this segment. The Twins lead the Padres 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th. The Rays lead the Nationals 7-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners lead the Indians 4-2 in the top of the 8th. The Red Sox lead the Pirates 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Marlins leading the Mets 5-0 in the top of the 7th. Tigers leading the Royals 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th. The Angels lead the Astros 1-0 in the top of the 6th. The Yankees leading the White Sox 2-1 in the top of the 6th. The Cubs lead the Rockies 2-0 in the top of the 3rd. And the Reds have defeated the Cardinals 7-4. That is final. 40 likes. Awesome. Thank you, Butterfly. And thank you again, everyone, for pressing that like button. That like button is very helpful. So again, if you're able to press that like button, it is huge. You just go ahead and take your finger, and you'll find that thumbs up, and you'll go and press that button. Of course, if you're watching on TV, take your remote and scroll over down, and you'll find that like button there. Again, it helps out the channel a lot. Again, thank you guys for even clicking on the video. So we're returning to action here in Toronto, where the Blue Jays lead 8-4 over the Brewers, not the Bluers, the Brewers. As here is the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball one. Varland's still out on the mound. Yelich is at the plate as he's batting .269, OPS of 816, 27 homers and 92 RBIs. Yelich is 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a swing and a miss in the dirt, 1-1. Ball went back to the backstop. I'm starting to butcher the English language. That's always good. 1-1 count to Yelich. Here's the pitch. Chopper to second. Just tosses it to first for out number 1. That means I need some water. That's what that means. William Contreras batting .260, OPS of 768. 17 homers and 69 RBIs. Had a pretty good day today. As Varland kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike one. He's 2 for 3. Had a home run. And he has 3 RBIs. And Contreras is going to ask for time. Again, Blue Jays leading 8-4 over the Brewers. here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Oh and 2. Here's the pitch. Chopper, and that is going to be fouled back. 0-2 counts. I got water. Oh, thank you. I have plenty of water here. I may have said that yeah, I can see why you would have thought I was hinting something there. That is on me. That is on me. No, I have 2 bottles here. Here's the 0-2. That is upstairs ball 1. Seth, thank you for stopping by. Alabama got killed yesterday by your FSU team. Yeah, no, I don't know about killing, but that's going to be upstairs ball 2. It was a 2-score game. Definitely an upset. I can tell you that. It was definitely an upset. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to be a foul ball. You know, it's funny. You know, I said killed. And, you know, YouTube, you might have seen YouTube videos. I wonder how, like, if they can tell you're not actually talking about, like, the actual deed of that. So that's going to be fouled back. Because, like, if I were to replace, you know, killed with unalived, like, that would make so little sense. Alabama got unalived yesterday by FSU. Like, really? That's interesting. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is going to be low for ball 3. That's just the YouTube rules. 3-2 count to Contreras again. Nobody on, 1 out. Your horns blew the game. Well, yeah, it's a tough one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Varland looks pretty good today. It was just, Arch did not look all that great, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Sal Frelick is batting .297, OPS of .772, 10 homers and 53 RBIs. As Varland begins the windup and the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Frelick is 2 for 3 on the day. 0-1. Varland delivers. That is low for ball 1. It's only 1 touchdown. We gave him those points. Yeah, again, it was just I guess it was a defensive battle. I don't know. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a tapper to third. Throws to first for out number 3. Again, another quick inning. So look at that. Maybe we're going to make it after all. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Blue Jays lead the Brewers 8-4. I think it was more bad offense than good defense. I mean, the throws, Arch couldn't hit nothing. Mets are losing again to Miami Marlins. Good start for Miami Marlins. Yeah, I checked it earlier. For sure. Again, appreciate you guys so much for stopping on by. Again, make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Sports is what I do here. So, again, definitely subscribe to the channel if you consider yourself a sports fan. Arch will be okay. Too much hype for his first time. Yeah, I completely agree. It was a tough matchup, at Ohio State. That is pretty brutal. But he does need to perform against good teams, though. To be completely fair, he's got to do it. But, first start of the season, yeah, that's tough. So later down the road, we'll see how he does. Varland is cooking. Varland looks good. We were showing his stats. It's been pretty rough as a Blue Jay, but I'm sure the Blue Jays fans are pretty happy with his performance today. As Butterfly says, go Mets. It was a boring game. OSU was not all that. They really weren't. They really were not. You could take off the, 1 and 3. You can, San Jose State and, UMass played that game. people wouldn't be saying it was a great game. They'd be saying it was bad. I mean, that's, again, the quarterbacks were not hitting the throws. I mean, they had plenty of opportunities. It just really, I don't know. It wasn't all that great. And I know I'm just saying, I'm a Steelers guy. Yeah, obviously the Steelers have an overrated defense, but, I know what good defense looks like, and that really wasn't all that. It was just more of bad offense. Andres Jimenez is going to be at the plate as he takes upstairs ball one. He's batting .218, OPS of 627, 7 homers, 27 RBIs. Myers sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 81 mile per hour splitter. 1-1. Myers sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up. Shallow left. 3 Brewers there, but 1 will make the catch for the first out. 14 points. Yeah, again, it just really wasn't that great of a game. Heineman's going to be coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's batting .315, OPS of 855, 3 homers, and 18 RBIs. As Myers sets, kicks, and deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Ball 1. Hyman 1 for 3 had an RBI double in the 5th inning. As Myers sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball, and that is foul. Again, the Brewers have won the first 2 games of the series, so, again, it's trying to, sweeping Toronto in Toronto. That was going to be a tough task. Here's the pitch. Heineman hits this to right at the wall, but it looks like it's going to be actually caught for out number 2. Gave it a good ride. It had been a while since I guess I've seen a hit into the outfield that deep, so that's my bad on building that call. 2 outs, that'll bring up Miles Straw. He's batting .269, OPS of 693, 4 homers, and 30 RBIs. 44 likes, awesome. That is great. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 counts. Sunday Night Baseball, Phillies and Braves. Yes, I'll actually be doing it, Seth. I'll be doing it on this channel and another channel. I'm doing double duties. That's in there for a called strike. 0-2. That one looked to be a little bit outside, but he may have gotten the call. Counts is 0-2 to Straw. It's 1 for 2 with a walk on the day. Here's the pitch, poked at it, and that is a foul ball. Phillies, Braves. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. Straw hits this to left. It has the distance. And it is foul. Oh, man, he gave it a good ride. Just couldn't keep it fair. Just got a little too eager there. Snyder was actually going to see if that stayed fair. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit. And that's going to go foul. Again, the Blue Jays lead 8-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, nobody on. Straw at the plate. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. As Myers sets, rocks and fires. That's going to be once again fouled back as Straw's just trying to stay alive. 0-2. 0-2 count to Straw. Myers kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Frelick can't get there in time as that drops for a base hit. So maybe some two-out magic here for the Blue Jays. That'll bring up George Springer. He's 2 for 3. He's batting .301, OPS of 927, pardon me. 24 homers and 68 RBIs. They are showing the NL wildcard standings. Yeah, again, like I've said a little bit earlier before the game had started, the Reds had just been kind of falling off. Of course, again, I'll be doing Blue Jays Reds tomorrow. Stream's already set up, so again, you don't have to, oh, do I believe you? Well, no, I already have it. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, ball 1, as the Pirates are off tomorrow. So Blue Jays Reds it is, as I haven't done the Reds in a little bit, as they try to keep themselves in the wild card race. 1-0 count to Springer. He kicks and deals. That is going to be in the dirt, ball 2. Springer's 2 for 3, and again was hit by a pitch in this one. Count is 2-0. Myers looks over at first, kicks and fires. Chopper to third. Durbin throws to first, gets him by a step. What a stretch by Vaughn. Durbin with a nice throw, Vaughn with a nice stretch, and that will do it for the Blue Jays here in the 7th. We enter the top of the 8th, where the Blue Jays lead 8-4 over the Brewers. And again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button is huge for the channel. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you are a fan of sports, if you're a sports fan. Again, it's mostly Pirates on the channel, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball, as evidenced by today's game. Again, the Pirates are playing right now, but I do bounce around from time to time. And, of course, again, I'll be doing a doubleheader today, as I'll be doing Phillies and Braves, filling in for play-by-play with JJ, does the Phillies. And, of course, I'll be doing it on this channel and his channel as well. So definitely stop on by if you're just a baseball fan. Of course, for tomorrow, I'll be doing Blue Jays and the Reds. So, again, if you're a Blue Jays fan, gives you another reason to subscribe if you're just hesitant. And, again, I'll be doing the postseason, so I'm sure I'll see you guys there. And, of course, it is the end of the inning. So, again, thank you, everyone, for your support. I got some people to add to the list today. Of course, Coffee Beans, thank you very much for your support. The $4.99 tier is the scoreboard sponsors. So, again, appreciate you, Coffee Beans, for that support as she sponsors this segment. Rays leading the Nationals 7-4. Mariners leading the Indians 4-2. Red Sox leading the Pirates 5-2. The Marlins lead the Mets 5-1. Angels lead the Astros 1-0. Tigers lead the Royals 4-0. Yankees and the White Sox are tied at 2 apiece. Same thing with the Cubs and the Rockies. Final scores: Reds over the Cardinals 7-4, and the Twins over the Padres 7-2. New pitcher for the Blue Jays is going to be Sir Anthony Dominguez. He's 3-4 on the season. ERA of 3.38, whip of a 1.35. He has been very good in his last 7 appearances with a 0.00 ERA acquired from the Orioles. Stepping up to the plate will be actually a pinch hitter, Anthony Siegler, pinch hitting for Vaughn. He's batting .207, OPS of .533, no homers and 5 RBIs. This is his first appearance in the series. As Dominguez sets, kicks and deals. Siegler hits this to left, and that is a foul ball. Count is 0-1. Dominguez kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. And that is a foul ball. So 0-2. 0-2 count. Oh and 2 count, top of the 8th. Nobody on. Nobody out. Blue Jays leading 8-4. Dominguez sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. Again, folks, feel free to chat down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. So I'm going to end that poll. 85%. Nope, 85%. As that's going to be in there for a called strike 3. Sigler checked his swing. And it was in there on the top of the zone. He struck him out. That'll bring up Isaac Collins. It's batting .275 on the year. OPS of .798, 8 homers and 49 RBI. So what I was trying to say is the Brewers, 55% of you guys had the Brewers winning today. 45% have the Blue Jays. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Oh and 1 count. Brewers have Rob Zastrisny in the bullpen, as that's going to be inside for ball 1. He's a former Pirate as well. Orioles destroyed the Giants last night. Yep. Heard about that. 1-1 count. Dominguez sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs for ball 2. So 2-1. My chair's squeaking for some reason. 2-1 count. Dominguez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to shallow center on the run, and Bichette is going to make the catch for out number 2. It's a nice catch. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin. He's 0 for 3. It's batting .257, OPS of .719, 9 homers and 46 RBIs. As Dominguez, I don't know what's going on actually. Looks like we have a pinch hitter. No Caleb Durbin. It's going to be Jake Bowers pinch hitting for Caleb Durbin, trying to get something going here. He's batting .189, OPS of .657, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Dominguez leans in, sets, rocks, and fires. That is inside for ball 1. It's been a rough year at the plate for Bowers, though that might be the norm for him as his career batting average is .207. Here's the 1-0. That is going to be inside for ball 2. Last year, batted .199. OPS of .662. Honestly, it's not, he draws walks, on base percentage of .316. I mean, that's not too shabby. It's kind of like a Jack Sawinski for the Pirates. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. College football season is so fun to watch. I agree. College football is awesome. It is great. Definitely happy it's back. 2-1. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Actually, I don't know. I think it's Virginia Tech and South Carolina. South Carolina up 7-5 over Virginia Tech. How in the world does that happen? 5. A field goal and a safety. Like, what the heck? 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Just outside ball 3. The fans behind home plate really wanted the call, but unfortunately for them, just because the pitcher throws it and the catcher catches it doesn't make it an automatic strike, as that one was definitely a few inches outside. That's at every stadium. Every stadium. The fans go crazy over close pitches. 3-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Three and two count. Dominguez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be popped up. And that's going to be caught by somebody. I don't know. The cameraman didn't really zoom in on the guy that caught it, as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Blue Jays lead 8-4 over the Brewers. Anthony, how's it going? Thank you for stopping on by, man. We got the Blue Jays and Brewers today. The Blue Jays leading 8-4. Again, once again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Of course, check out Anthony here. He posts viral videos, viral short-form content, and I think when I subscribed, he found me. He's a Giants fan, and I was just starting out, and then he had I think he had about 1,000 subs, and now he's at 18,000 subscribers. So again, that's a rapid growing channel over there. Again, just click on his name there, type it in, subscribe over there for all your short form content. How was Friday? Friday was okay. It was good. Actually, I enjoyed the game. I thought I did well with the play-by-play. Found my football form. Again, football's much more enjoyable when you have another person with you. Same thing with baseball. If I had another person here, commentating, play-by-play call, you can, have fun with it, pick on each other, pick on the game, pick on, whatever, pop culture. I try. It's just sometimes it's just not happening. But it was good. It was a good game. We lost, but it was fun. 107. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have a good one. I definitely perform. It's sad, and it's tough for me, but I still, I love my Pirates, but I do well when I don't do Pirates games. It's just the way it is, and I'm still gonna do the Pirates, of course, but I don't know. It is what it is. I would love for the Pirates. I don't blame them though. They don't. Why would Pirates fans care about the Pirates when the owners and the Pirates don't care about the fans? So I don't blame them. It's a little frustrating sometimes when I'm covering other teams and I get better numbers, as Barger's going to be coming to the plate. He's batting .252, OPS of 768, 18 homers, and 61 RBIs. Do have a new pitcher. I'll try to get to him in a moment, as this is not Barger. I just realized this is going to be the batter Schneider. Looks like they have a pinch hitter. This is Davis Schneider. It's batting .253, OPS of 863, 10 homers, 29 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. Texas high school football is big. Yes. Giants and Pirates for you. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was nice. It was a good game. We lost 38-21. I think we're a little bit better than last year's team, but we'll see. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. And Terang is calling him off and makes the catch. Had to move at the last second for out number one. That'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's 1 for 4. He's batting .288 to OPS of 861, 21 homers and 74 RBIs. As far as Rob Zastryzny, he's the pitcher, former Pirate. It's been very good this year. 2-1 record, 2.03 ERA, whip of a .90. Why couldn't he do this with the Pirates? I don't know. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball one. Yeah, the Brewers weren't bad. I mean, they had a really good start to the game. The pitching, Woodruff just got hit around. It is what it is. Here's the 1-0. That is inside for ball 2. You should be a fan of the team, not the owners. Yeah, I mean, just, the owners don't want to, they don't spend money on the team. Bob Nutting, he's honestly the worst owner. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball 3, though Cowboys fans would probably disagree with that statement. But, Bob Nutting is absolutely the worst owner in all of sports. 3-0 counts as Strisny kicks and deals. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's 8-4. Blue Jays leading the Brewers. In the bottom of the 8th, it's 1 out, nobody on. Strisny kicks and fires. That is in the dirt, ball 4, so Guerrero will walk. Draws the walk. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. He's 0 for 3 with the walk. Batting .306, OPS of .816, 16 homers and 86 RBIs. The A's have the worst. They're pretty bad, yeah. I'll admit he's also, it's given Nutting a run for his money as here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Giants don't want to either. It is unfortunate. 0-1 count. Says Strisny sets. Kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-1 count to Bichette, looking for his first hit of the day. This is Strisny kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. Couldn't get the name out of my mouth. And that's going to be caught for out number 2. That means I need some water. And I will grab some water. Bottle number 2. Okay. That'll bring up Nathan Lucas. Lucas is batting .260. OPS of .747, 10 homers and 55 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. And that is a foul ball. Lucas is 2 for 4 in the day. The Mets are so garbage. I don't know about that, Seth. Mets did sweep the Phillies not too long ago. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Looks like Hoffman is warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen. 1-1 counts as Strisny sets, kicks, and deals. And that is in there for a called strike. Trying to hold up, but just couldn't do it. One and 2 is the count. Runner on first, 2 outs. Blue Jays leading 8-4. Strisny kicks and deals. Grounder to third. Throws to second for out number 3. So, we head to the top of the 9th where the Brewers will have one last shot to keep this game going. It's 8-4 here in Toronto. Strisny. Cannot say that name. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. This will probably be the last time I get to tell you that. Again, make sure to hit that like button. That like button is so clutch for small channels like mine. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. This is what I do, play-by-play for baseball and, of course, football, a little bit of college basketball once football season ends, and, of course, that awkward time between football and baseball. Going to do one hockey game, depending on how that goes. I might do more, but probably just I'm not going to be selling that to you guys. I know there's, the Toronto fans here, but, we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. And, again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out a lot. And, of course, as always, thank you very much to the members and donors to the channel. That really does help out a lot. I do appreciate you guys for your support. And, of course, Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. So, for one final time, we're going to go ahead and check, barring, of course, a Brewers comeback here. We'll check over what's happening across Major League Baseball. The Marlins leading the Mets 5-1 in the top of the ninth. The Angels lead the Astros 2-0 in the top of the eighth. The Tigers lead the Royals 4-0 in the top of the eighth. Yankees and White Sox are tied at 2 apiece in the top of the eighth. Rockies lead the Cubs 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Orioles and Giants are tied at 0 apiece. The Rangers lead the Athletics 2-0 in the top of the first. The Diamondbacks and the Dodgers just now getting underway. Reds defeated the Cardinals 7-4. Twins defeated the Padres 7-2. Red Sox over the Pirates 5-2. Rays over the Nationals 7-4, and the Mariners defeating the Indians 4-2. New pitcher for the Blue Jays is going to be Jeff Hoffman. He's 8-6 on the year. ERA of a 5.11, whip of a 1.19. He will face Monasterio, Terang, or Churio. Be here for hockey. Stars versus Maple Leafs. I have to. No, it's going to be a Penguins game. I couldn't tell you who the opponent is. I'm leaning Maple Leafs or Red Wings. I'm unsure which one, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. I've had some requests for both, so we'll see. But Penguins for sure. As Monasterio's 2 for 3, again betting. I don't even remember if I said it. It is what it is. 2 and 3. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be swing and a miss. Strike 2. I'm losing my voice, losing my mind. Jeez, I'm tired. I am tired here. 0-2 count. Hoffman sets. Rocks and fires. That is in the dirt ball one. I apologize, guys. I'm not a professional, but I try. It's 2 for 3 on the day. Was caught stealing earlier at home. And, honestly, when thinking back on it, that may have been the momentum killer for the Brewers. They haven't scored since. Here's the 1-2. That is just upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 count. Hoffman comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 96. Out of the zone. He chased it. That is out number 1. And that will bring up Bryce Terang. He's batting .287, OPS of .789, 16 homers and 68 RBIs. As Hoffman sets, kicks, and deals. That is just upstairs for ball 1. Terang is 2 for 4, had a solo home run in this one. Hoffman sets and delivers. That is low for ball 2. So 2-0. Hoffman rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to left, sliding catch. What a play by Nathan Lucas. Had to get dirty, though it's turf, so it's not actual grass. But hey, what a play by Miles Straw, and the Brewers are down to their final outs. Jackson Churio coming to the plate, batting .283, OPS of .803, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. 2 outs. Brewers down to their final 1. Hoffman kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Again, the Brewers won the first 2 games of the series. It's a tough task to sweep Toronto in Toronto, but it looks like that's going to, again, just be a tall task for any team. Here's the 1-0. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. 1-1 count to Jackson Churio. He's had a great day today, 3 for 4, including a double, and has come across to score twice. As the Toronto fans are on their feet, they are loud and proud 1-1. Hoffman comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Churio gives this a nice ride. That's going to be off the wall in center. Straw has it. He's going to throw it in as Churio is in there. Keeping the game alive, at least for the moment. That's his 4th hit of the game. Jeez. And that will bring up Christian Yelich, who is 0 for 4 today. He's batting .268, OPS of .815, 27 homers, and 92 RBIs on the day. Runner on second with 2 outs. I don't know what's happening. I guess it's probably a little bit of a mound visit, so bear with me, folks. But again, the Blue Jays do lead 8-4, and it's 2 outs at the top of the ninth. I'd assume they're going to hold on. But again, the Brewers, you never know, I guess. But it'd be tough to do this all with 2 outs. As Hoffman sets, kicks, and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Dr. Lay, you still doing the Braves? Yes, I'll be doing Braves and Phillies tonight. We're going to have to rest the voice. Probably have 3 or 4 spoonfuls of honey to help the throat out. 1-0 count. Hoffman looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 2. Heartbreaking loss. At least Brewers got 2 of 3. Yeah, no, that definitely a good series for the Brewers. As Hoffman sets on the 2-0. Kicks and deals. Checked his swing. He went. Strike 1. 2-1 count. Again, runner on second with 2 outs. Hoffman. Rock sets. Kicks and deals. Tapper. It's going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Throws to first. He is safe, but Guerrero immediately looking to the dugout. Schneider looking over to see what's happening. Safe is the call. Oh, and they're going to check it. Oh, man, he may be out. Let's look at the replay. I will at least throw the low pick. He is. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's going to be safe, though. I think Yelich beat that out. I mean, yeah, with 2 outs, he might as well challenge. So things getting a little bit interesting. Again, it's looking like the Blue Jays will win, but I think this is going to be, I think the call on the field is going to stand. It was a great call by the umpire. I mean, this is as close as you can get, but William Contreras will be coming to the plate, assuming the call is not overturned. Batting .259, OPS of .767, 17 homers and 69 RBIs. He's 2 for 4 on the day with a home run. They're taking a look at this back at the, I don't know where this is located, but the replay review zone. After review, call on the field is safe. He's safe. The game will go on at least for another batter. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Virginia Tech could get the upset. I saw earlier they were down, I think, 5-7 or something like that? I don't know. I'd have to check it. I'll probably be watching that after this, at least for a little bit. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. As my chair decides to go crazy. William Contreras at the plate. He's 2 for 4. Hoffman sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. I think they do replay reviews in New York. New York. Okay, gotcha. That would make sense. 0-1. Hoffman looks over at first. Comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, but that is a foul ball. So the Brewers are down to their final strike as the Blue Jays fans get on their feet. And Contreras is going to ask for time. Oh, and 2 count, 2 outs, 2 men on. Hoffman sets, rocks and fires. Chopper to third, throws to first. He's out. And that is your ball game as the Blue Jays defeat the Brewers 8-4 in Toronto. Again, the Brewers did take the first 2 games of the series. Of course, the Blue Jays holding on and getting the last one. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Again, it definitely helps out the channel. Just clicking on the live stream helps it out a lot. Make sure, of course, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel before you head on out. Again, this is what I do. I'm a sports fan. I do a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around, just like this one today. And the Pirates played today, but I did the Brewers and the Blue Jays. Of course, again, I'll be doing plenty of playoff baseball. So, again, subscribe to the channel. If you're a sports fan and your team's going to the playoffs, I'll probably see you there. And, of course, I'll be seeing both these teams actually next week. The Blue Jays, I will be covering Blue Jays-Reds tomorrow, Game 1, for Labor Day. The Pirates have off. And then as far as the Brewers, I will see you guys on Saturday for Game 2 between the Pirates and the Brewers. So, again, I know I already have a lot of Brewers subscribers, but, you know, if you're here and you're a Brewers fan and have not subscribed, again, subscribe to the channel. A lot of Brewers fans have, and again, I appreciate you guys' support. Of course, again, thankful for all of you guys just clicking on the live stream. It was not a sweep. It was not. They definitely did not. They avoided it. Marlins got the win, yeah. Hopefully the Rockies can pull off a miracle and beat the Cubs. Well, they were up last time I checked. They were last time I checked. Let's go ahead and check again. They're up 5-4 or 4-2. So yeah, we'll see. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys elsewhere because I got to spread the love, as a lot of people have been very supportive of this channel. So I got to definitely do that. So I'm going to send you guys over, if you like some more baseball, I got you covered. And again, thank you everyone for being here. Butterfly, thank you for being here as well. And again, I'll be back on tonight doing a dual stream. I will be covering Braves and Phillies for this channel and play-by-play with JJ. So that'll be pretty big. So again, definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys are sports fans. All right, there is the link. I will catch you guys later after this one. Again, just check out Orioles Birdwatcher. Tell them the doctor sent you, and then you can be on your way or do whatever you like. I'll catch